want to talk to you. You spoke with Elon Musk, and you said he was sleep-deprived, pretty loopy. Talk to us about this boring company that's digging holes that he's on about.
So I saw him the same day that he had met with Donald Trump as part of that strategy and policy forum that became so controversial. And my read was that he seemed sort of relieved to have made it through the week. There had been a lot of criticism of him and some of the other CEOs. So his plan is simple. He is going to start digging holes in the ground and turn those holes into a vast network of underground tunnels that will change transportation forever. At least that's the plan. And of course, Elon Musk, he's one of these people who's incredibly good, probably the best at taking these kind of way out there ideas and getting them to a place where people, regular people, are able to kind of buy into them.
David, do you buy into it?
Well, I just have to say, Elon Musk gets the gold medal for audacity in business. And you got to love it that he's so willing to, take a flyer on these really big ideas. Although, honestly, exactly why he wants to dig all these tunnels, I'm not entirely sure. Max's story was terrific, as you said, but it didn't fully answer the question of why.
So I can pick that up as best I can anyway. I mean, so as people maybe know, he's been talking about this plan to create this high-speed rail system called a Hyperloop. He sort of open sourced these plans and has kind of been encouraging other people to create Hyperloop pods. My read on this is that the tunnel thing is partly an outgrowth of that. The Hyperloop, if it were to happen, if a super high-speed rail system were to happen, it would require lots and lots of tunnels, because once a train is going, 500 miles an hour, 700 miles per hour, it can't make a lot of turns. So you need some tunneling, and therefore, somebody's got to do those tunnels. So why not Elon Musk? I think another reason for why is there's an opportunity with respect to just general sort of lack of innovation in construction and in tunneling. Elon Musk, one of his strengths is taking kind of existing technologies and figuring out how to do them cheaper and more efficiently with some great branding. I mean, you look at, obviously there's a lot of innovation at Tesla and SpaceX, but the core of those businesses was not creating lots of new technology. It was sort of integrating that technology and marketing it in a really smart way.
But Max, if I could ask you, of course, there's possibly a lot of reason why we might want more tunnels. I love that. I mean, if we do have an infrastructure boom because of President Trump, maybe. The Hyperloop's fascinating idea, which interestingly, Musk up till now hasn't really personally committed to. It's been developed by others. But what is it that he's going to be able to do differently with tunneling? I mean, he's buying an old traditional tunneling machine based on your story. Where's the innovation going to come, do you think?
I talked to some tunneling experts for this, and kind of the upshot is I expected that they would laugh at it, and they're not laughing at it. They're taking it seriously. Now that might be because Elon Musk is a billionaire. Maybe they just sort of it's to their advantage to take it seriously. But what they said is basically that there has been very little innovation here. So for instance, in Seattle there was this machine called Big Bertha that got stuck underground for months. I think a year and a half or 2 years, and it broke down, and they basically weren't able to repair it. They had to dig it, literally, I think, dig it out of the ground and lift it up with cranes, and it was this huge delay. Now that happens all the time. So a tunneling expert I talked to said, look, you could go a lot faster if you just had enough spare parts on hand, if you just did a few things in smart ways. And I think you could make a similar critique about aerospace when Elon Musk got into it. Now, of course, the other thing I think that we obviously can't ignore is that we are at a moment in the sort of political climate where infrastructure investment has suddenly gotten more palatable, and I think he's also seizing that opportunity, obviously.